Welcome along to our race day preview in association with Ladbrokes ahead of day 3 of the Galway Summer Festival. It's Galway Plate Day, and to grace the occasion, we've brought some glamour to the party. You've been looking at me and Brendan Duke for the last 2 days, and now we've got a model on the panel. Hayley O'Connor, how are you? Welcome along.
Yeah, I'm really well. I'm surprisingly well for a Wednesday of Galway. Unfortunately, I missed the first couple of days, and the press tent is full of people with hangovers, and I'm not one of them for a change.
Yeah, neither am I don't think. Have you got a hangover, Brendan?
Yes, unfortunately, I didn't miss the first couple of days, but I'm sure we can retrieve it. I'm bound to tip a winner today. Top napping yesterday, by the way.
Yeah, for those of you that watched yesterday, you'll know that me and Brendan went head to head on the big nap in the beginner's chase. Brendan went for all the answers, and I went for Three Wise Men. And of course, you would have seen Three Wise Men bolted up. How did all the answers run, Brendan?
He'd surely won, but for that mistake at the fourth last, wouldn't he?
No, but anyway. So there's always today, as we say, and we're going to mark your card for you. And Hayley has got some market moves and everything that's been going on behind the scenes. But the win big with the Tote maiden hurdle at 3:15 is the first of 8 races on the card, and it's a tricky one to solve, Brendan. We're going to start off with you. Silver Concord, the 2014 Cheltenham Bumper winner. Yeah. Is he your idea of the winner?
Certainly not. He's been an expensive horse to follow. Full stop. No more than this time last year. Was it 4 to 7 he got turned over here last year?
In this very race.
Oh, well, in this very race, and it's just very hard to back any wild horses at the moment. And then the Castello Sforza, he has jumping issues. He's inclined to be a bit keen, so I wanted to be against him. So it's a process of elimination job. The Manila Bow, ex-point-to-point winner. The rain overnight probably won't do him any harm. And the connections, I think, target Galway. They like to have a winner at Galway. Well, who doesn't? But particularly the
Do you know what horse they own?
They own the horse of the Sharks.
They also own Three Wise Men.
Oh yes,
who I napped to win yesterday. If you're watching, yes, I napped Three Wise Men. Yeah.
Oh right, okay. I was thinking of Hidden Cyclone, but good mention for it.
Yeah, Hayley, how's the market shaping up in this? Is Manila Bow being pretty popular, I think?
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest, because I thought Manila Bow would be a bigger price than he is now, and I didn't get on early at 3 to 1, and he's gone into 7 to 4 now.
And you do get up very early in the mornings. You're one of these like gym run kind of people, aren't you?
Well, I get up early in the morning. I don't know if it does me any use though. But this race, I was definitely going to take on the JP McManus favourite. I just thought that he might be a little bit watery, so I was going to opt for Manila Bow, and of course my nickname is Bow.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But because I'm looking for a bit of value, and it's the first race I'll be betting on at the Galway Festival, I'm going to go with Turbojet and hope that maybe they might try a little bit of different racing tactics. This horse always jumps out, makes the running, and then seems to get caught. But one of the ones that seems to have a lot of ability, and at 8 to 1 with Mark Henright aboard, I think I might be a little bit more adventurous for the opening race.
Okay, Hayley's going to be adventurous in race 1 and go for Turbojet. You decide on Manila Bow, yeah. And I think I'm going to agree with you. Manila Bow in the first race for me. So the 350 is the Tote Irish EBF Mares Handicap Hurdle, and Hayley, I know you do plenty of riding out for Jessica Harrington. You're a family friend. She was at your wedding. What are you hearing about the Birdie Crow?
Well, geez, I haven't been down in Jessie's in a long time. But
just pretend. Go on, what's she doing?
Well, speaking about, before we get on to the Birdie Crow, Mark Bulger rides that horse, and Jessie in the Racing Post today. She has a really good feature with you guys all week, and she gave.
It's very good column, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good, and she gave some good insights about when Maiden won, and that her and Kate went on the absolute razz and didn't get in till 3 in the morning. And if Kate wins later on today, they mightn't get in till 6 in the morning. But anyway, Touch of Cold. Paddy Kennedy rides out in Jessie's. His brother won with this horse in Killarney at 16 to 1. You never know, just from a smaller yard, the progression might keep going, so I thought that was worth a mention. Hello Sweetie is another one that has kind of had an interesting profile, in the sense that she was going over fences. She was 21 pounds lower over hurdles, so she's one that could surprise you. And La Bella Vida, because Elizabeth Doyle is so shrewd. This horse only beat, I think, 5 other horses when she last won, but Liz Doyle had Galway in mind ever since, and anything she says I kind of really stand up and listen to. And Kylie, of course, she won the race last year, and she's stayed on the flat since. Brian Ellison loves having an excuse to come over and make it a profitable week for him. So Kylie 11 to 2 from 13 to 2. Hello Sweetie 15 to 2 from 6 to 1. But I'm going to go for Just Janice, the favourite in the next race. She gave him a really good battle, William B. And I think Just Janice for me, with Ruby Walsh on board.
That was quite a synopsis. Brendan Duke, she is putting us to shame. it's quite embarrassing. Our cases that we were trying to make for our fancies, Kaylee is just blowing them out of the water there in one fell swoop.
Yes, but it's such a trappy race. It's a hard race to have a strong opinion on, I thought, but no, very impressive. The one I came down on, and I say it was the talk of Shop Street last night, so I don't know whether it's the circles I move in, and I'm a little bit sceptical about hearing Charles Byrne's information the night before, given it's a name, rank and serial number outfit. But the word on the street is today's the day for Rosie Alice. Yes. So you've heard the same?
I've heard the same.
Okay, so I was happy to row in behind that.
Okay, I have heard the same.
Did you hear word for his horse though yesterday, the one that got beaten? Because there was a lot of money around for that, and it didn't feature.
See, I didn't hear that one. I didn't hear that one, but
that was Wonder Late.
Yeah, but because there's been a lot of stuff recently, certainly the past year, about Gamble's been followed and then been blown out of all proportion. And I think Charles Byrne's, Tony Martin, when any money is seen for them now, it just seems to be explosive. So there can be overreactions in the market.
Well, in Jessica Harrington's column in the Racing Post, I spoke to her on Monday, and it's Wednesday now, and she was waxing lyrical about the Birdie Crow. She was very keen that I think a mark of 112 underestimates the ability of the Birdie Crow. So I'm going to give a shout out to the Birdie Crow. So moving on to the third race, it's the Tote.com handicap hurdle, and my old guilty pleasure is in here, Clara Sorrento. Yes, Clara Sorrento has probably ran 19 times roughly in its career, and I've backed her probably 18 times.
Okay.
And I actually think today could be the day for Clara Sorrento. Galway, hustle and bustle, Adam Shore taking off £7, has solid form against the likes of Robin the Foray, beat Western Row, who's since won. Form is rock solid, Clara Sorrento. Today is the day. It's been well backed as well, Brendan Duke.
In case, I know that again my strategy today that there are some holes in it. I was going to think about backing an unlucky loser, the Hareth. I thought I was going to put it up to Timmy and the last day in Roscommon. Obviously he's gone on since, has a chance in the Galway hurdle. I thought maybe Hareth for Charles Byrne stubble.
Is that the end of that case? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we'll go to Hayley O'Connor to make a stronger case perhaps for her fancy.
Well, listen, you're not the only person that fancies the top horse, Clara Sorrento, for Gigginstown. Huge money around for it this morning. The best backed horse in the race, 14 to 1 now into 18 to 1. I'm stuck between two horses. Mortal Bridge.
14 to 1 into 18 to 1.
Sorry, into 8 to 1. Sorry. Okay. Mortal Bridge, the 19 horse from Joseph O'Brien. Obviously, he's winning everything that he puts his eyes to at the moment. And this horse, I just really like. He's a real effortless horse. Like he just goes, okay, I'll tip on and win. Yeah. So I really like his attitude. I'm just worried. You might know more than this. He's by Fastnet Rock. I don't know with the ground. I'm not sure. I know it's officially yielding flat ground, but anyway. But I'm going to probably have to stick with William B because I'm very superstitious person. And the first jockey I saw today was in the G Hotel. He was going in to do a preview with his wife, and that was Davy Russell. And he gave this horse a fantastic ride last time. So
you're tipping a horse because the first jockey you saw?
It's worked out for me a lot. No, listen, I think William B has a really good chance anyway.
Okay, you backed it up. Okay, that's interesting. So there you go. That's William B for Hayley O'Connor from Ladbrokes in the third race of 4:25. Hareth for you, and of course Clara Sorrento for me. I think Michael O'Leary will nearly give me a share in it at this stage. So moving on to the fourth race, the Win Big with the Tote qualified riders maiden at 5 o'clock. And Brendan Duke, I think you've got this sussed, have you?
I hope so. The exchange rate wins. I thought this looked a particularly ordinary race. I know it's not usually a strong race, but Willie Mullins has won it with some decent types in the past. Now he only scrambled home in Downpatrick, which isn't great, but I expect he could come forward here. And again, the connections love a winner at Galway. I just thought in an ordinary race, go with Willie Mullins.
There we go. Exchange rate for Brendan Duke. Hayley O'Connor, what do you like?
I'm kind of gone off exchange rate. I know he's got a flat pedigree, but he won a bumper over 2 miles and 3 furlongs, so that doesn't think to me that he's the sharpest knife in the box. I'm going to stay loyal to, I think Kate Harrington's going to win on Rick Rack from Luca Kamani's yard. Jesse thinks that he wants step up and trip from what Luca was running him over, so I'm going to make my fingers crossed and hope number 17 wins. Oh, but I'm also going to mention a horse called Poker Party, who's owned by a friend of mine, and this horse ran really well in Navan 2 years ago, was blithe with injuries, and I just think each way at 16 to 1, I'd say it'll be 20 to 1 or bigger on the rails. Might just be run into a place for Henry de Bromhead, who's in flying form.
And I'm going to add further doubt to the whole thing by tipping a different horse. So our fourth selection is Modcombe Street, who I think is a decent animal. They think the world of this. I know Shark thinks the world of absolutely everything, including his 45 rated flat horses. But Malcolm Street travelled like a dream first time out for Dennis O'Regan in Doncaster. Apparently it was his best bumper horse, and I thought the run at Cork was just a prep for this. And as we know, the Me family, who also own the favourite Exchange Rate, love a winner at Galway, and they also own Three Wise Men that won yesterday. That was my nap on Tuesday. So there we go, that's the fourth race. Now it's on to the feature. What a race we have here. It's the 5:35, the Tote.com Galway plate. Haley O'Connor, the Galway plate. You gotta love the Galway plate. And I think, from sitting beside you in the press room a couple of years, I think you've backed the winner of this race on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, I have. It's been a lucky race for me, but since I got up very early this morning, I've actually decided on about 6 different horses. I really can't make up my mind. This Balco de Floss, the price seems to have gone. It was 9s into 6-1. I don't want to back a 6-1 horse in the Galway plate. Atois Phil, I mean, you said this script would write itself. If Brian Cooper won on the Gigginstown horse today, a grade 2 performer, where do you start? I mean, like, you can't really discount the first two, Ballycasey and Alaleki Inwaf, second and third in the race. Devil's Bride, fourth in the race last year's. Dean's Road pulled off that good gamble the other day. He's in there at a nice weight under last year's winning jockey. It's very hard to know. Why is Ruby riding Shane's Hill? I don't know.
Because he thinks it'll win, I'd say.
Yeah, I know, but like second in the RSA, and that's all the homework that it's had, recently, and that's not even recent. So that's 7-1. Shane's Hill and Balco de Floss are the horses that all the money's for. But I'm going to go for Dean's Road.
Dean's Road for Haley O'Connor. Brendan Duke, what do you like in the Galway plate?
I should say before I give this tip that the last time I backed a Galway plate winner was trained by Aidan O'Brien, so it's been a while between drinks.
So moving on to the sixth race on the card.
What about the Atois Phil though? He's so solid crew, isn't he? Once he's below grade 1 company in handicaps and what, he's £6 higher granted than when he won the Leopardstown handicap, but I think he can cope with the £6. The rain overnight will help him because he's a very strong stayer, and it should turn it into a decent stamina test now. I thought Atois Phil at 12-1 was a fair price.
Okay, Atois Phil for Brendan Duke. Now, I like Balco de Flow, and I'm going to tell you why. Do you remember Shannon Serm won the race a few years ago? Yeah. Right? He was a second season novice. He ran in the 2 mile 5 novice handicap chase at Punchestown in April. He was trained by Henry de Bromhead, and he ran in the Galway plate. There was something else, but I can't remember what it is. So we'll just say that he ran the Galway plate as well. They all stack up. All the ducks are in a row for Balco de Flow. Does that rhyme? No, doesn't really, no. Okay, so it's Balco de Flow for me anyway. I think Balco de Flow will take the world of beating in the 5:35 with Davy Russell aboard, the Galway plate. What a race we have in store. So moving on to the sixth race on the card, the Win Big with the Tote handicap. And this is slightly easier, Hayley. Come on. There's only 8 runners. Now, we were speaking to a very shrewd judge before we came on here, right? Jonathan Mullen, now with HRI, previously editor of the Racing Post. And what did he tell us?
He said Massive Central, and I sort of agreed with him in a sense. The horse ran 4 days ago at the Curragh and had absolutely no luck, and really should win today. He's by Arcana, and Arcana won yesterday by a different John Murphy.
Haley has been doing some research. That's woefully impressive.
But, it's worth mentioning, listen, Ger Lyons won this last year, and he has Lightning Fast, who's out of the Cheveley Park winner who Ger Lyons trained, and it's by Frankel. Don't know what that means in terms of ground-wise, but it's 7-2 with Colin Keane, who's magical at the moment. So you thought it was worth a mention. You fancied that?
I was fancying it, but it's just that if Dermot had a winner, or they run anyway as well, I thought it was well handicapped, but they're just not finishing out their races.
Yeah, and the market's with you. It's negative. It's 7-2 from 3-1. I am just going to go for this Stormy Bell. I just have a suspicion at 5-1. Fahy had she won her maiden actually on soft ground. Fahy had a winner yesterday, I think it was. And I'm just going to give her a chance. Today I'm looking for value. It's my first day down. As I said, I'm going to be brave.
Haley O'Connor's going to be brave. Are you going to be brave?
Not particularly brave, because there's, as you said, there's only 8 runners, but what you didn't say is you can't rule any of them out, can you?
No, I ruled running them out. Yeah, I didn't fancy on the if list. I thought that. Yeah.
Well, I couldn't even narrow it down to 7. I thought I might take a chance on Tough Love. Not totally sure about the ground, but shapes like a stayer. I'm still pretty green in Killarney. Might step up on its 4th run.
Okay, and if Massive Central is good enough for Jonathan Mullen, It's good enough for me. So Massif Central for me. So the 7th race, we're nearly there, just 2 to go, is the Tote.com maiden. There's 10 runners and we're faced with this scenario of a Dermot Weld short price favourite. What do we do?
Well, I think we oppose it because, as you said, they haven't been finishing off their races, and that's exactly what happened.
This could bolt up though.
Well, it could, but I mean, it travelled like a monster in Gorn and found 0. I think it's just a horse you have to oppose. It's about 7-4, Hayley, is it?
It's 15-8, and it was 7-4 on when it got beaten at Cork.
So it's just one I'd be inclined to oppose. Maybe with the Perfect Soldier, Sean Davis taking off a valuable £7, has shaped.
That ran stinking fair yesterday.
Yes, but in general he's been pretty solid in probably better maidens than this. Forgive him one bad run. The boy Davis, £7, up in trip. I think this could be the answer.
Perfect Soldier.
Perfect Soldier.
Perfect Soldier for Brendan Duke. Perfect Soldier for Hayley O'Connor.
No, I'm going to go for Wayne Lordan's ride, My Amazing One. I think we're all going to kick ourselves, and I think Sansabar Jewel could win, but as you say, very hard to back after her last performance.
Yeah, it's Sansabar Jewel for me. I'm going to take a chance. Look, he's going to win one of these, surely.
You're right.
So I think she's the best filly in the race, and I think she'll take the world of beating. So we're down to the last race 8, 7:20 p.m. What will you be like at 7:20? Are you on the wine today?
I might go on the wine. It depends if my outsiders come in the first couple.
Are you on the beer today?
Yes, I will be. Yeah.
How will you be by 7:20? That's like 6 hours from now.
Well, I'm not actually going to go racing today. I'm going to take the day off. And
You can't say that. We're at the track. You're not just going to leave the track.
yeah, I was going to just spend the afternoon on the high stool and get ready for the next couple of days.
So you're going to leave the track for Galway. You're here already.
You make a compelling case, actually. Yeah, it's not. Well, you're never far from anywhere in Galway, though.
Yeah.
There's a
Okay.
big cocktail sign over there. Why don't you sit in this?
Yeah. Okay, I might stay.
Anyway, after that groundbreaking news that Brendan Duke won't actually be at the track even though he's here, what do you like in the 7:20?
Oh, it's me. That's what it's all about, David. I think the me's are going to have a treble.
Oh, I didn't know where you were going with that.
Oh yeah. With this St Stephen's Green. He's up to after his last winner, he's up to 131 over hurdles. He's not even that good a jumper of hurdles. So you would think of 77 on the flat, he'd have a bit of a class edge here. Ground maybe not ideal, but he has coped with a heavy winter ground in Navan, and as you know, that's about as heavy as it gets. I just thought he'd be too good for these, and I know he's the favourite at 100 to 30, but I wouldn't like to be laying 100 to 30.
Hayley, are you going to take a stroll in St Stephen's Green today? See what I did there?
Yeah, I did. Nice segue. Yeah, I definitely am. I wonder who this is coming in on the chopper.
That's your husband, is it?
But anyway, St Stephen's Green, listen, it's locally owned. Had an ambiguous sort of win in Dundalk.
Ambiguous, I like that.
Well, I think this is lined up, this laid out for a winner in Galway. The connections have obviously said we want to win, and we want to win on the Wednesday.
Yes, and I agree. So it's the full house for St Stephen's Green. That's in race 8. Hopefully he'll have some dosh left at that stage. So all that's left to do now, and this was very important yesterday, is to reveal our banker of the day. And day 3, it's Galway Plate Day. It's going to be a huge crowd. There's going to be so many people watching this. So there's severe pressure on you now. I'm being serious now. You have to give him 2 losing naps. So this is getting serious. This is squeaky bum time.
It certainly is.
So what is the Brendan Duke nap? 3rd time lucky. Come on.
3rd time lucky and tipped by all 3 pundits, St Stephen's Green.
Okay, St Stephen's Green in the lucky last, the 7:20 for Brendan Duke, our independent racing expert. Hayley O'Connor, your nap on Wednesday.
Just Janice, my most confident wager of the day in the 350.
So just Janice for Hayley O'Connor, and I have to go with my guilty pleasure, Clara Sorrento in the 4:25. So there you go, just Janice, Clara Sorrento, St Stephen's Green. My advice would be probably just to do a double with mine and Hayley's, but it's up to yourself to see what you want to do. So that's it from us. That was the preview of day 3 of the Galway Summer Festival. Don't forget to join us for day 4 for Ladies' Day. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow. Best of luck.